This is video 3 in the blogging video series, and we're just going to look at some details about how to add a post to your blog. Okay, so sign into SiteStacker as always. Come up here to the content management icon. It should be orange. I'm going to click on that once, and that will take me to the area where, again, we deal with all the issues relating to our blog. I'm going to click on the Manage Blogs link, which is over here on the left in the middle. When I do that, I'm going to see a list of blogs that I have access to, and the very top one is the one that we've been working with so far. I'm going to double click on that. Alright, now so we've already gone through and explained all these different options here, and now I want to show you, over here in the top right hand corner, you'll notice you see another tab that says Blog Articles. Okay, so I'm going to click on that tab, and this is now a list of all the blog articles that I've already posted to my blog. Now notice right now there's only one there, and it's called My First Test Article. Okay, so back over here, this is the blog that I was just looking at. Notice here it is here's that one article called My First Test Article. Okay, so if you want to add a new post, you simply click right up here on the top left corner where it says Add, and it has that little green button above it. And what that does is bring up a new window where I can go through all the options of adding a post. And I want to just take a minute and walk you through these very briefly. Alright, the name of the post is what shows up at the very top of the post. Okay, so this link right here, My First Test Article, that's the name of this post. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and leave that as name of the post. Alias, for example, if I were to click on this article, okay, Test 1, notice how it says Test 1 right there. That is the alias of this article. So the alias of this one I'm going to call Test 2. So now when I click on the heading of this article, instead of Test 1 here, it will say Test 2, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Description is a required field. It is simply for your own benefit, so you can keep track of what this post was about. So you might want to leave a few keywords here, you know, something like Bible study, or quiet time, or whatever. If you want to just leave this blank, you can just put a blank space there. Hit your space bar a couple times, and that will work just fine. Alright, for the status of it, you can either leave this to unpublished or published. Now, if you leave it as unpublished, what that allows you to do is click Save. Alright, now I'm actually going to just show you this right now, okay? So right now, I have a new post showing up right now. I'm going to go ahead and click Published, and we're gonna click Save. I'm going to just demonstrate this for you. Okay, so now I have name of the post, Test 2. That's the second post I just created. If I come back to my blog and click Refresh, you'll notice that, let me go back to the blog here. There we go. Alright, notice I have two posts now. This is the second post I created. Alright, if I click on this post, notice again the alias is Test 2. Alright, now here's a problem because I'm not done with this post, okay? I'm still working on it. I haven't actually added any text. Notice that right in here is all blank, whereas this one actually has some text in it. Alright, so if you want to save your work on your article, but you don't want it to show up over here before it's finished, before you're done working on it, what you can do is change this to unpublished. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Alright, now I'm going to come back here and click Refresh, and now no one on the front end will be able to see that article until I'm ready to publish it. Alright, so that's just a tool to allow you to save your work without, you know, obviously you can save your work without publishing it to the front before you're done. Alright, so that's kind of the use for that there. Most of the time you're going to want to just leave that at Published. For sticky, this is either a yes or a no. And basically what this does, the way a blog normally works is every new post that you create will become the topmost post, the post that is the very top of the page of your blog. So it's kind of like a constant archive, and the most recent posts are on top. However, if you have a very special post, maybe it's an announcement of some kind, or maybe it's just a post that you think is really important that you want to draw a lot of attention to, you can make that post sticky, just like it says over here. What that does is make that post stick, so to speak, to the very top of the blog page. So no matter how many days pass, no matter how many new blog posts you post, this post, if it's set to sticky, will always be on top. Alright, and if you want to once you're done with it, once you are ready to let it not be sticky anymore, you just need to come back in here and change it back to no. Alright, so that's kind of what the sticky setting is for. You can kind of play around with that and see how it works if that seemed confusing for you. It's really a simple idea, but kind of hard to explain. Publish from, okay, if you leave that blank, it will automatically publish as soon as it can. As soon as you click save, it will publish that if you leave it blank. Alright, keep until. Notice the little gray word in there says forever. Now what this allows you to do is set posts that are only on your blog for a certain amount of time. So let's say, for example, you wanted to run a contest, or maybe you know, for example, you said anybody who leaves a comment on my blog in the next, 30 days, I will send them, a $5 Starbucks gift card or something like that. You could set that post to automatically expire on a certain day, and that way you wouldn't have to come back in here and remove the post later after the 30 days had expired of your contest. The system would automatically take that post down. Now, normally you want the post to just constantly be up there. And so normally you want to leave that blank. It will automatically stay on there forever if you leave it blank. And that's usually what you're going to do. Alright, the tags of a post allow you to tell people kind of what it's about. Alright, and what you can do for this, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can click the drop down and it will load a list of tags that have been used on your site in the past. Alright, and what I can do is just click on these different tabs, these different words here. Alright, and now I've clicked on 3 words, and if I kind of click away here, now I have 3 words as tags. Alright, if you want to add a new tag that you've never used before, or maybe you want to use kind of a faster way to do it, you can click up here in this little box and just start typing any kind of tag. And if I type that in and click enter, notice it automatically entered that tag right down here. Okay, so that's how you can do that. If you accidentally add a tag that you don't want there, you can just go ahead and highlight it and click delete. I'm going to go ahead and delete a couple of these. We will leave fruit and discipleship as the tags on this post. It's important that you tag your posts well, because Google looks for these tags, and that will help your search ranks when people are searching for your blog. Alright, so that's kind of what tagging is. Alright, now down here at the very bottom we have 2 WYSIWYG editors. You see them right here. We have short text and we have article content. Alright, now in a previous video you'll remember that I mentioned an article summary. This is what it pulls when it's looking for the article summary. So this would be a small snippet of your post to grab people's attention. And what this does is just kind of usually a summary, a summary of your article, kind of in a sentence or 2 or something like that. Then way down here on the article content box, this is where the main article content goes. This is where you would post your article in full length. All, 3 or 4 paragraphs or 5 paragraphs. All your pictures would go right in here and that kind of thing. Alright, so once again, it's very important that you keep these 2 boxes clear. This is the summary. This is the main article content. Usually this is just a sentence or 2, and this is the full content of your article. Alright, so that's kind of the details of how you can publish your article. Once I'm all done here, I want to click save, and that will obviously publish that post right back to my blog with the content that I added in it right there. So that is your rundown of how to post an article on your blog.